Hello again. Like many people, I suppose, I knew long before it was announced that the BBC would appoint somebody belonging to a visible minority to replace Jeremy Paxman when he retired as quizmaster of University Challenge. It was all so drearily predictable, and all of a piece with giving Clive Murray a similar position on Mastermind. This is part of what looks almost like a campaign of disinformatia, a concerted effort to portray Britain as a place where non-white people form the majority of the population. Giving the role of Doctor Who to a black person was part of the same strategy. Roughly a sixth of the people in this country are not white. Or, to put it another way, the overwhelming majority are white. One would never guess, though, that this was the case through watching the BBC. There is a determination to portray this minority as actually being the majority, and to show the country as being more diverse than it is really the case in real life. Not only that, but it is the nature of that minority which must be disguised and remodelled, so that instead of showing the reality of the demographic of Caribbeans and Africans in this country, the BBC ensure that during their fictional dramas, every black person is shown as a surgeon, senior police officer, politician or white-collar professional. This does not, of course, reflect real life. Say in real hospitals, for instance, there are many Indian and white doctors. Most of the black staff employed, though, are in less glamorous positions, such as cleaners and security guards. In BBC drama, it is, of course, the white people occupying these lowly roles, while any black person must be a consultant or a surgeon. In short, the image of Britain which the BBC is hell-bent on projecting is like a distorting mirror at a fairground. It shows us the country in a grotesque and almost unrecognisable form. Every single series or play which the BBC now produce, even kitchen sink dramas which are supposedly gritty portrayals of the lives of ordinary people, suffer from this defect. I wonder if anybody watched the series called Marriage on BBC last week, which had a great cast with Sean Bean, James Boland and Nicola Walker. It was the weirdest thing imaginable. The story of a middle-aged, middle-class, white couple, but with the unexplained twist that their adopted daughter was black. This young woman was in her early 20s, and the idea that 20 years ago any social services department would have approved the adoption of a black child by a middle-class white family made the plot very hard to believe. That was a time when opposition to transracial adoption had reached its zenith, and most social workers would rather see a black child remain in care sooner than be given up for adoption to a white couple. The whole plot, implausible as it was simply devised so that rather than just white actors having prominent roles, a black woman could be inserted as well. Never mind how unrealistic it made the whole thing. Returning to Doctor Who, the casting of this shows the other preoccupation of the BBC, which is with sexual diversity. The man due to play the Doctor is not only black, but also a homosexual. He will have as a sidekick a black transsexual. A perfect score there for diversity, I think. The BBC now operates in a similar way to the television stations in countries like North Korea, its chief role being to produce political and social propaganda. The main part of this agitprop is to persuade us that in this country, white people and heterosexuals are now in a minority.